All right, we're back, and like we
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, Hall of Fame sideline reporter is David Aldridge, and we're happy to have with us one of the great two-way players in the history of the game, Kevin Garnett. KG, welcome.
Man, thank you.
How's that headset feel? Feel pretty good?
Man,
like
this is, hey, I never knew, Kev. It's a great fit, bro.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
Is this mine?
Yeah, it's yours, and you look good in it.
Thank you, bro.
This game marks the end of a road trip for Oklahoma City. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, look, we know the Celtics overhauled their entire training staff in 2017, and it was controversial. They're forging partnerships with tech companies and pursuing more advanced methods of training. Now, this did come after a possible, we stress possible, mishandling of the Isaiah Thomas hip injury. And it does prove again that results matter. Kevin?
And the Celtics, David, never one to rest on their laurels. Thanks for the report. Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Are you going to dive on the floor? Are you going to do the small things? You know, are you going to double down? Are you going to be in the spot when you're supposed to, when you're supposed to be there? You know my bads. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
Yeah. That sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things. And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be, because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all on one and then go forward with the same velocity like you want it to. It's frustrating.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The forwards, George and Grant. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's Adams in at the 5 down low. Now, here's George. He had 37 points last game out. Just 3 to shoot, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Irving against Westbrook. They get a hand on it.
That effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. How do you deal with rookies who were largely uninformed? They were maybe not as receptive to the attention to detail that the elite like you pursued.
Well, one of the things I would do if I saw a guy who wasn't as keen to detail as I was, I would pull him to the side. I would show him, some of the things I would see. I would get, some dialogue with him and what he was seeing, and then try to get him to see what I was seeing as far as the point I was making. And then, challenge him a little bit to be a little more present within certain things and then apply it. I don't believe in shouting. I don't believe in embarrassing someone. I like to always, grab some of the young guys because the young guys don't have all the confidence yet. So I'm trying to build confidence with the young guys.
Good point.
So
Good point.
when you get them one-on-one, you're able to, have an intimate conversation and they have full, they're engaged, they're talking to you.
Yes.
And that's what you want. So, with that, I've always found it better to go one-on-one to the side and to find it to be a lot more efficient.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A baseline J.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Morris against Westbrook. He's off on that one. And the Celtics going the other way now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
The shot's good from Irving.
Such a smooth operator. I mean, Irving knows he has the green light to let it fly from deep.
Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. George dishes to Adams. And he can't jam it through. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. KGU.
In the neighborhood, we got the shooter right there in front of Farragut.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Here's Irving. The game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Kicks to Horford. Outside Irving. Passes it to Smart. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jump.
Ferguson. The offensive rebound. Here's Adams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
He misses the free throw. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Smart kicks to Morris. Pass to Tatum. Paul George with the steal. And George with the stuff.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now, here is Irving. 5 points in the game. Morris against Grant. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by George. Here's Smart. And the shot is long. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook surveying the D. And George kicks to Adams. Here's Ferguson. Guarded by Smart. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And let's take this chance to check out the NBA steal leaders. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Paul George on top. Russell Westbrook is second.
When you've got those 2 guys out there, both with such quick hands, one hiccup by a ball handler, and they're off to the races.
And Doc Rivers, your coach with the Celtics, such a great leader, brought your team together. Talk about that.
He brought us the belief from Mbutu and bringing all of us together, and that you give yourself for the greater of the group. And everybody bought into that. And when you hear about when Miami won, Pat Riley had all those guys give something to the pot and giving yourself to something. And when you think about what team is, all these great coaches, these great minds, these great philosophers, it all surrounds that whole little philosophy right there, giving yourself to be able to get something and gain something.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. But a true philosophy in winning.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward comes in for Marcus Morris. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart. Here's Horford. Another key contributor in that nice win against Oklahoma City. Westbrook with it. Grant outside. Right side, George. Back to Grant. He kicks it to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Rebound, Boston.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Irving dishes to Tatum. Here's Horford. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Thunder shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. George passes to Ferguson. Here's Grant. The shot's good on the assist by George. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Irving passes to Tatum. Yep, that one goes. Tatum's got his first basket of the night.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive end.
Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Brown. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Westbrook's got 7 points in the game.
Being out here, X's and O's, drawing up a play, that, man, being a coach is a huge responsibility.
And if they couldn't match your intensity, I'm sure that would frustrate you as a coach,
no,
right?
You have to understand that not matching my intensity.
Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 1. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, despite the final score being what it was.
It's one of those games where home court played a big role. It might have been a different result if they were in their own building.
Now the pass to Horford. Now the feed to Brown. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And how about the numbers here for Russell Westbrook? Averaging 21 points per game, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
Oh, an offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
First one falls for him.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
Good on both. Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
Footwork that jumps right out of me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had really good feet. You can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names.
He's just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
Rozier against Westbrook. Brown inside. That one, no good. Adams, some nice D.
And to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's George. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. George has got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Hayward. 26 seconds left here in the opening quarter. To the paint, and it's George finishing it off.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Schroeder against Rozier. Hayward on the wing. Looking to end the run. Some solid defense from Grant.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short arm that layup.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics. Tatum and Hayward holding down the forward spots. Rozier and Brown in the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. Adams' shot is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Kevin, looking back at all the discussion and interviews over the years, you make a lot of analogies to food. Are you a foodie at heart?
Oh, my God. Kev, I am not a foodie.
Really?
Kev, I eat to live.
Well, you know about it.
You know, I eat to live, but I don't want to fool you. I eat to live. Listen, sometimes I forget to eat. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, as hard as you work, there's probably a lot on your mind. I can get that.
Listen, I like to, a big plate of food scares me. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to keep going on that analogy. You know, a bunch of food no, I don't want to keep going on that one. Just know that I'm not a foodie. But when I explain things, I like to articulate things where people can understand it. So I use food right away.
Good way to connect the dots.
A little bit.
Yeah,
you know, parallels in life and food are very similar, man.
Good. One misses. Celtics trail by 8. Brown outside. From 12 feet out, the rebound by Grant. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's George. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. George has got 13.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Good on the triple. Rozier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Westbrook against Brown. George up top. He's got 13. And that one's good. Westbrook. He's got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rozier the pass to Hayward. On the wing, Brown. To the middle, Paul George with the steal. That one goes in. 7 points for Jason Tatum.
And you think about the potential of Tatum. I mean, once he has strength, particularly in the lower half, he's going to be a load inside.
And Kevin, you hear rumors. There's been some talk about adding a 4th official to NBA games, but I'd say the replay system kind of is the 4th ref.
It is,
in a way.
and I do not like that, because it's a countless bunch of players at home right now that played through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s. Oh my God, they're sitting over here flipping over like, oh my God, a rehab replay. I have me a ring right now. So, I have a whole nother, discussion with it. I'm super old school with it. Although I do enjoy the replay, and it gives me a chance as a fan to root for my team. And when my team is on the other end of the replay and they get it right, I root and I go, woo. And when it goes against you, I'm like, they shouldn't even have replay. What the, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a super double hypocrite. But shout out to Adam Silver. I think he's doing a great job with our league. The league is fun. It's fun to watch.
He is, isn't he? We've had 2 great commissioners back to back. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Brown. That 3 off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
The shot's good from Westbrook. And it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Now a timeout called by Boston. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Al Horford is a multiple all-star. And if you count his stats, you miss what he brings to the table. When you factor in his passing, his defense, his efficiency, he does all the things that help you win. Coach Brad Stevens said, Al Horford averaging 15 points a game for you is like other guys averaging 27. Kevin?
The definition of a pro. Terrific guy. Thank you, D.A. Irving's checked in for Terry Rozier. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA and the top rebounding teams in the league this season. In third, the Thunder.
It's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Boston again missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Back to Schroeder. Grant kicks to Westbrook. Inside. Adams down low. Defended by Hayward. Adams' shot is good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the 2 teams.
Irving finds Hayward. The shot missing. Some solid defense from Grant. Down low and taken away by Brown. Tatum drives in. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Tatum's got 9.
An elite mid-range shooter. That's what he is. Even back in high school, Tatum will always have this in his arsenal.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, he's not happy to pick up a second foul. This early in the game, he's got to be careful now.
Boston making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Adams, he can't get it to go. And the Celtics going the other way now. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control, and they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks, and then they did a great job finishing.
The Thunder with another miss. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. 9-point game. George against Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And gets hit on the drive. Excellent body control. Tatum's a well-coordinated athlete.
Westbrook kicks to George. To the left wing. Abrinas the pass to Westbrook. Westbrook double team. The shot by George wide open. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Morris outside. Fires at the elbow. Thunder with the rebound. George has got his 4th rebound in this one.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Irving finds Morris. Tatum with it. George picks him up. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut back down to 7. The bucket there from Kyrie Irving.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision, looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. Throw good. Paul George. Al Horford's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Jason Tatum. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Patterson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
What an advantage for a big man to have, that smooth stroke at the line.
Irving against Westbrook. Brown feeling it out a bit, and the call will be against Alex Abrinas. That is his first foul of the game. On its way from Irving for 2. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
Yeah, and don't forget about his passing. I mean, he didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
From deep, George. That one misses. So the Celtics will take it the other way.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
All the officials are all over that one.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with this fiery approach to the game.
And so Smart nails both of them. The Thunder leading by 7. Passes it to Westbrook. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Irving against Westbrook. Left side, Smart. 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Morris. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Morris has got his first basket.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Here's Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Irving dishes to Horford. George against Brown. Knocks it loose. That one misses. George with the defensive effort. Pass to Abrinas. Sweet little floater. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Irving against Westbrook. Irving kicks to Morris. Carries it down low. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
It's George on the wing. The kick out to Westbrook. No good on the triple.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG is always great, and thank you. You've given us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Chris, one of the things that's really cool, getting to watch KG develop as a player and now develop as an analyst.
Well, it's fun. Having gone through the position where KG is, I know that it's not as an easy transition as he's making it look, but he has knowledge of the game. He is definitely one of the best defenders of our era. He's a winner, and so it's great to hear his insight anytime you can.
Sure. Horford with the block.
The way Horford positions himself as the shot goes up. I mean, his defensive instincts are just absolutely fantastic.
There's 37 seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Westbrook from the arc.
Look, I appreciate the effort from Irving. We like seeing him get a hand up in time to contest shots.
Brown outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Westbrook against Irving. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Knocked away. And so it's Boston with it. 1 second left. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 15 points, 4 steals, and 5 assists. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
I don't say this a lot, Ernie, but I was impressed with Paul George at both ends. His length, athleticism allows him to guard a number of positions. He can score equally well in the half court, but out in the open court, woo-wee.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven this far.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Last season, they were trying to speed up the game, C-Web. Teams were given fewer timeouts. Do you think they achieved that goal?
Well, yeah, the new rules, 18 to 14 total timeouts. No more 20-second timeouts. All quarters have 2 mandatories. I think it does help speed up. And these are the greatest coaches in the world. They can adjust. They just need to know what the rules are. And I love the fast pace, the fast pitch count. Let's make sure that we keep the game in a way that fans love it, and we're not leaving any time out there on the floor. I think the coaches have made a great adjustment to it. And look, play on the East Coast is always going to be a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical than the West. But I tell you what, it seems like it's speeded up the game on both sides, and that's something great for us fans.
Well said. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt, and it's George in at the 3 slot. Now here's Horford. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside, Smart. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
I like Smart being aggressive right time, getting into the lane, using his power and speed to his advantage.
Tatum against George. Here's Ferguson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Tatum wide open, he fires one. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The lead is 2. Adams' shot is good. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Smart passes to Horford. To the middle. Westbrook with the block. Grant outside. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Smart. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Westbrook. This one for 3. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Smart kicks to Morris. Smart deciding where to go with it. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford finds Morris. And here's Tatum for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Westbrook. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Westbrook's got 16.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Tatum drives in, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Another one from Tatum. I mean, boy, this kid, he's cooking at the offensive end.
Outside, George, out to the wing. Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Tatum against George. Over Tatum, and it's good from the elbow. 19 points for Paul George.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now here's Horford. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Outside, Smart. And he's good on the 3 ball. 7 points in the game.
Oh, good defense there, but Smart locked on target.
Grant outside. Kicks it to George. Back to Grant. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now here's Smart. He's got 7. And the pass to Horford. Tatum on the wing. Adams brings the double team. Irving with a clean look. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
That lead's only going to keep growing if he keeps shooting like he has so far.
Oklahoma City trailer.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
They get it back. Here's Adams, banked in off the glass. Adams has got 8 points.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Morris kicks to Horford. Tatum on the wing. Knocked loose. Now George, who's got 19. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball and another basket for Boston.
Look, he makes the D pay. Irving, if you stay off of him, he likes to torch you with the pull-up.
And Greg was smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
Checked in for Boston. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. Out left to the wing, and Horford wide open. He shoots, misses the three.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And George kicks to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Shoots a fader. No good from Grant. For Boston, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Irving against Westbrook. Irving can't get it to go.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Ferguson kicks to Westbrook. Grant against Hayward. From 10 feet out, and it falls over the rim and in. Grant's got 9.
I mean, a very skilled finisher inside. Even with defenders close, he'll find a way to score.
Irving dishes to Tatum. Over George. Boston again missing.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jump.
Outside Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. The Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And George kicks to Grant. Back to George. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Brown, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Russell Westbrook. Grant outside. drive to shoot. They get it back, and that one's good. Noel. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's Brown. To end the drought. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Diallo the pass to Schroeder. And Rozier pulls it down.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
It's stolen by Schroeder. And Hayward with the block.
A rare block shot by Gordon Hayward. He has the instincts to do more of this, but neither the suddenness nor the strength.
They get the rebound. Noel. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Some good defense in the NBA, so let's check out the leaders. In 4th, the Celtics.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Group shot.
And he can't get the first one. Chris, of current players who could eventually become coaches, who would you put in that category? There are a lot of brilliant guys that play this game, think the game through so well.
Chris Paul, Ariza, those guys come to mind for some reason to me. Klay Thompson,
yes,
he comes to mind. And I don't know if it's the personality that I see these guys in or if it's the way that they approach the game. But, yeah, those guys come to mind. I definitely could see them taking the game to another level once their playing days end.
Now here's Hayward. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Can't get it to fall.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Marcus Smart. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
And that one misses.
This has become a theme for these guys. Way too many missed chances at the line.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Rozier against Schroeder. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now, here's Rozier. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. Then on Thursday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for that game against the Trailblazers, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. 1:22 left in the third quarter. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. Back to Schroeder. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. Good on the three-point shot. Schroeder's got 5 points so far.
I don't think they were expecting that shot. They didn't really make an effort to get out of it.
Rozier against Schroeder. Poke loose. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Take a look at the Warriors. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Oklahoma City. They're in 3rd place.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
Well, yeah, Greg, I mean, they had a plan coming into the year. I mean, they stuck to it, and it's worked to perfection.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Brown on the wing. Defended by George. Again, the miss by the Celtics. From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Oklahoma City in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Celtics trail by 8. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Then there's Horford. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Tice in at the 4 spot. That's the Boston 5.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Diallo kicks to George. And it's blocked by Brown. Schroeder against Rozier. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
That's a big boy bucket by Horford. He just used his delicate touch despite getting bodied by the defense.
And Al Horford no good on that one.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6. They can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And see, well, what a force Terry Rozier has become. Finally got that chance to play last year and made the most of it.
Oh, well, look, we all knew he had the athleticism, but what we didn't know is how he reacted to a ton of minutes being played. And obviously, he stepped up. Players respect him. He's a guy you want on your side.
That's good from Rozier.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier, that's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. So he gets them both. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Schroeder outside. Adams outside. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. Over Horford. No good from Grant.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Good on the bucket.
Oh, you love the movement. I mean, Brown just zipping these passes over quickly.
Pass to Diallo. On the wing, George. And it's sent back by Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Buries the long-range jumper. Celtics trail by 5. And here's Smart out to the right wing. Rozier kicks to Tice. Smart passes to Tice. It's Brown on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Grant. Off the left rim and out. The Thunder leading by 5. Right side, George. Adams outside. Pass to Grant. To the left side wing. Here's Diallo. Guarded by Smart. Adams. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
It's Smart with the drive. And Adams sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Smart with the ball. From deep three-point range. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Boston making some changes. Morris comes in for Daniel Tice. And it's Jason Tatum in for Marcus Smart. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Ferguson's checked in. He kicks it to Adams. Schroeder outside. Adams finds Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Grant. Over Morris. No good from Grant.
Now, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Over in the corner, Rozier. Back to Tatum. The pass to Brown. The Celtics working the ball around now. From deep three-point range, Boston again missing.
Just testing out the cannon on that misfire.
Way beyond the arc on that play. It's the kind of shot he can make, but not necessarily the one you want.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Celtics making a change here. Irving's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And George drops them both. Here's Irving. To end the run. That one's not going to go. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Now, here's George after Jaylen Brown's miss. Westbrook dishes to Grant. Down low, a putback.
Oh, that's a nice look, recognizing he had the opening to make the entry pass.
Celtics trail by 13. Here's Irving. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's Westbrook. 5 on the clock. And Boston with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Tatum against George. Tatum kicks to Morris. Outside Tatum. Goes up on the high post. Boston, no good that time either.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. When the tide's running against you, very difficult to do. What do the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
Now, here's George. Over Tatum. That misses off the back.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Oklahoma City leading by 13. And here's George for 3. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now, here is Irving. Kicks to Tatum. To stop the drought. Tatum with another miss.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Grant the pass to Westbrook. On the wing, George. Puts it up from 17. The rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. Irving against Westbrook. And it's sent back by George. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Irving. Drops one in from the wing. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half.
I like how Irving feels the defense out. He's sensing he has room to shoot and fire once he gets the rock.
Westbrook kicks to George. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Celtics. 17-point game. He dishes it to Tatum. Pass to Horford. Shot clock at 6. Irving from long range. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now the dish to George. No good from outside.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Tatum. George with the defensive effort.
He's the key if they're going to make a run. He's been way off this court.
To the inside. Adams' shot is good.
Timeout, timeout.
Adams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Celtics trail by 19. Poke loose. Westbrook against Irving. Morris inside. Working on Grant. Morris with the bucket.
I mean, it's time for him to take over. He's played it cool long enough. And I think he realizes that.
A floater, and it's Westbrook laying it in. Westbrook's got 20 points.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the fourth. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. .149 left in the fourth. From deep. Smart misses. Oklahoma City leading by 19. Westbrook kicks to Ferguson. Westbrook against Irving. Shot clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Knocked loose. Stolen by Smart.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Oklahoma City.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Paul George.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Daniel Tice is checked in for Horford. Hayward comes in for Morris, and Terry Rozier subbed in for Jason Tatum. Both free throws good for Irving.
He's one of today's great clutch performers. That's Kyrie Irving. Look, think about this. In 2016, Game 7 of the Finals, he hit the pivotal three with just 53 seconds left. And that's just the most famous of his end-of-game accomplishments.
Here's Abrinas, down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. The shot misses. Hayward with some nice D. Smart finds Hayward. Shot from 12. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And it's Felton with the ball for Oklahoma City. Passes to Abrinas. Hayward against Patterson. It's rebounded by Tice. So it's the Celtics now, trailing by 17. Here's Smart, got a piece of it, and he recovers it, and that one is good. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Felton. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Paul, obviously your team is built on defense. It seems like that's a big part of this team's identity.
I mean, we take pride in our defense. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we hang our hats on is, you know, locking down when it counts. And we stayed together and pulled this one out.
Great team effort tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.